Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Chrissie Mayr podcast. We are on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, and SoundCloud. And if you're listening to us on iTunes right now, please go and leave a 5-star review. I read the best reviews every week, so long as they are 5 stars. I want to talk to you guys about you. I mean, you want to get healthier. It's December. It's Hanukkah. Today is Hanukkah. The only thing that should be smoking is your menorah, the candles on your menorah, and not your cigarettes. This is a good segue, which is why I want to talk to you about Lucy Nicotine Gum. Lucy Nicotine is a company founded by Caltech scientists and former smokers looking for a better and cleaner nicotine alternative. Finally, tobacco alternatives that don't suck. These products were researched and developed for 3 years to be made for people, not patients. Lucy has created a nicotine gum with 4 milligrams of nicotine that comes in wintergreen, cinnamon, and pomegranate, and I've officially tried all 3. They're all delicious. They also have a lozenge with 4 milligrams of nicotine in a cherry ice flavor. Each and every flavor truly tastes great. It's convenient, discreet. These products can be enjoyed anywhere, on flights, at work, on the go, or even in the gym. Look, it's about to be 2021. Hopefully you should be investing in yourself, maybe kicking some bad habits. If you're still smoking at this point, smoking is not cool. It's gross. If you're dipping, that's even grosser. If you're vaping is for, I feel like 19-year-olds. And hopefully you're a grown-ass man or woman. Kick all that. And it's hard to give up smoking, but I feel like this is a good alternative. It's a good way to eventually get there. Get rid of your cigarettes, unplug your vape, throw out your dip, and get some Lucy nicotine gum or lozenges. This is a real deal. You can get a subscription. It'll come to your door every month. You don't even have to think about it. You don't have to even worry about it. And for all my CMP listeners, go to lucy.co, use the promo code CMP. You're going to get 20% off all these products, including gum and lozenges. That's lucy.co, lucy.co. Use the promo code CMP at checkout. And I have to give this disclaimer, warning. This product contains nicotine derived from tobacco. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. You know what else is addictive? Redheads. Wow. And savings. Go to lucy.co. Use that promo code CMP. Get your 20% off. Guys, and after you quit smoking, you can have orgasms by going to adamandeve.com. Go to this website. They have a lot of great new toys, lubes, handcuffs, whips, whatever you want. Go to adamandeve.com, use a promo code CMP. You're going to get almost any item online for up to 50% off, plus free shipping. That is amazing savings. Get a new thing, get a vibrator for your sister, get a vibrator for your girlfriend. I don't know, get a feather boa for your mom as a joke, whatever. Get your mom a vibrator. Who cares? The world is burning. No. Get your dad a butt plug. Go nuts. Your weird uncle that you don't talk to, send him a dildo. Go nuts, guys. We're home. We're locked down. Why not think of different and interesting ways to make yourself come? I'm definitely going to for sure go on this website and order up something new. Because why not, man? Give yourself the gift of orgasms. Go to adamandeve.com. Use that promo code CMP. Get almost 50% off plus free shipping. And here we go.
A yarmulke. I keep them in a bag in my baby's room, and she's sleeping right now, so I can't go get it.
Oh no!
Wait, I don't have an emergency. I don't have an emergency yarmulke.
I might have a random one actually.
You're already doing the baby excuse. You haven't even started, and you're using the baby excuse.
We have started recording. While John fetches his emergency yarmulke, I'm going to introduce the 2 guests I have with me right now. To my right, he is a stand-up and actor. You've seen him on Pose, Girls, Boardwalk Empire, High Maintenance, Blue Bloods. God, he's been everywhere. He has a comedy album out now called Thug Jew. It's Ethan Herschenfeld. How are you, buddy?
Hello.
Good to see you. And this is our Hanukkah Spectacular. And in the bottom corner, she's Brooklyn born and raised. She was raised in an Orthodox Jewish home. She won the Ladies of Laughter competition in 2018, among many other accolades. It's Olga Namer. How are you?
Oh my God, Olga Namer is on the show?
You can't see her?
Olga? No, I'm kidding.
Go into gallery view. All right.
Nice.
And then below me, He's one of the few comics to do both versions of The Late Show with Letterman and Colbert. You've seen him on Comedy Central, Last Comic Standing. He's been on everything, and he has a wonderful podcast called Spiraling Up. It's John Fisch.
Hi. I have a tiny head.
This is our Hanukkah Spectacular episode. This is going to be airing on Hanukkah. Wow. Everyone I love the emergency yarmulkes.
Well, yeah. These are this is my cousin's. All my yarmulkes. I have a bag of them. They're all from
Chris's.
This is for my cousin's bat mitzvah 2018 or weddings. Yeah.
So they're like umbrellas. You just find them. Yeah. You pass them on. You'll find them in a cab.
And they
I don't
keep
know
the
if you
rain
need
off
to
your
intro things, but this was funny. I did have to go fly last Sunday to do an actual show in a Chabad.
Wow.
But they Zoomed like 90% of it. There was only like 15 people in there. But anyways, the green room was behind, and it was like a scrunched together worshiping area, I guess. I don't know what you call it when it's not. And someone's wedding, now they have monogrammed hand sanitizers.
No.
Nice.
Wow, that's fancy.
Yeah.
Do they have masks?
Not just this.
I thought you were going to say monogrammed
They did have masks on the way in. Like
monogram.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. I just saw the standard blue. All right, sorry to derail.
Have you guys done much like I've done specialized shows for like Masons or like different like groups? Have you guys had to do a lot of like special like stand-up shows for like, hey, come to the synagogue or come to this Jewish event and do stand-up?
Oh, you're the person who took that Mason gig from me. Okay, now I know. God damn you! I had to do the plumbers.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I try to avoid them, but I've done them.
Whoa. Okay, I'm going outside. Sorry.
There's dogs.
Hey, quiet.
Wow, look at you, Ethan. You're in a log cabin there.
I love it.
Yeah.
Sort of.
You got
so
double
rustic.
down on my baby brag.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is where I've been hiding out since March.
Where are you?
We're in Cape Cod. We're in Truro at the end of Cape Cod.
Ooh, roughing
Nice.
it. Yes.
It doesn't look like roughing.
No,
but
it's very soft. No, I love it.
Oh God.
Wait. Ethan, do you miss New York?
Well, I've been there a few times, and I was in Atlanta. I was in the Netflix bubble for a whole month for a movie job, so I got to escape here for a little bit. But I like your mic, John. If you can't see him, since you're listening on the radio, John is holding a mic like he's on stage at the comedy club, which is how I know him. So I know all you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I am doing a Zoom show after this. So
Oh, wow.
I've got everything set up. Yeah.
Except you're
Nice.
performing on a bed now. Hey.
Yeah.
John, do you stand up when you do your comedy? I can't do it sitting down.
I haven't. No,
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't.
All right.
I just
Anyone?
sort of it's good because you can actually keep your set list right to the left of the screen. So
Right.
it's perfect.
Yeah, I do
Yes.
that also. I just stand up and like put it on a chair, on a counter, so I'm
Yeah.
standing. I just find it weird sitting down. So anyway.
Yeah. It's good. It's good, guys. I was so curious, like, do you guys get booked for Jewish gigs? Because it's kind of, I don't know how much of it you feel like it is. I feel like Olga, I feel like it's very much a big part of your stage persona. I feel like you have a lot of material about how you were raised. So I don't know if like each of you guys have gotten over the years, like plucked to do, Jewish gigs basically.
Yeah.
Gotten a little bit of that.
What'd you say?
Oh no, go ahead. Sorry, Olga, you go ahead.
Oh no. Oh, I was gonna say that I do them, but then also they get sometimes the religious get upset with my stuff, like because they make fun of the religion, so I have to like do different things.
And also because you talk about your bathing suit parts.
Oh, but that I won't ever do in a Jewish gig.
Oh, interesting. All right. You're a real racist.
Wait, why can't you talk about what can't you talk about if it's like a
Like
real
anything dirty, like I won't do. I'll try to be clean.
Because there's all that, there's that modesty thing, like in a lot of religions. Modesty is a thing for the woman.
I get asked a lot to do stuff in my community, and I always say no, except for this summer, I said yes, and it was the worst thing that I ever did in my life. It was terrible. It was like, because they didn't want me talking about my parents. Like my parents are like, don't talk about us. And I couldn't talk about my marriage because whatever. Then they couldn't say anything dirty. And every joke was like, I was like, oh, look, like very in my head about it. It was just, ooh, rough.
That's awful. But you did the gig because you're probably like, I need money.
I did it because they asked me to organize it. They asked me for, and there was no shows yet, and it was outdoors. And I was like, I feel like comedians would love to do it. So I was like, I can't, how could I say no? And they're paying, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
Where was the gig? In the city?
New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
It's where my community goes in the summer. So it was really everyone that like I grew up with, kind of. It was a singles event.
Whoa.
Are you still in the community?
I go back, but I'm not like, you know, they think I'm weird. Like at first they really thought I was weird. Now some of them are like, oh, it's so cool what you do, but some of them are still like, no, you're weird.
Like you're a ruined woman because you know.
Oh, definitely ruined. That happened when I got divorced.
Hey, Chrissie, can I ask a question that's off topic for a second?
Okay, yes.
Your room looks amazingly like violet or velvet. What is that color? I feel like I'm in a spa inside of a Chinese restaurant.
These are pink light bulbs. This is a lamp with no shade, just sitting on a chair next to me. And this is a light that anyone can get, probably from IKEA or Bed Bath Beyond. Again, with a pink, this is a real behind the scenes look. But yeah, just a pink light bulb in here too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You had an interior decorator match it to your vagina, right?
Yes. I want everything to look like my pubes. So it's like pink and purple and glowing.
Wow. Very nice.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I do a lot of pods. So I'm just like, let's try to make it colorful.
Cool.
Olga, though, mentioned, well, Chrissie, you were mentioning during Olga's thing that like you need the money. That's why you would take the gig during this time. And it's like, Myq Kaplan called me to do
I love
bar
Myq.
mitzvah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're still having bar mitzvahs now? Great.
Yeah. It was outdoors in Long Island, but it was like before COVID, like no bachelor parties, no bachelorette parties, no weddings, no bar mitzvahs would I ever, had awful experiences. You don't do that. And the call came in and my wife was like, why wouldn't you take that? You have to take that. I was like, you don't.
Did you just do air quotes when you said the word wife?
I did, because I mean, we'd be married if it wasn't for COVID, but technically we're still fiancé.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, so I took the gig and it ended up being fun, but like she couldn't understand why I wouldn't take the gig. It's like, no, we wouldn't, you just can't do that. Like it wouldn't fit. It actually was fine because Myq is like, he can make any situation a comedy show, and he hosted it and brought us up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was for predominantly the adults.
God,
the
one
of
the very first like paid gigs I ever had was to do, and I think I might have been like just starting stand up, but like I came from a really heavy improv background. I did 5 years of improv, all UCB magnet, like an improv obsessive, like had every colorful type of t-shirt and sneakers. Like I was so into it. And like I was like between the two worlds, and I got this gig to do a bar mitzvah, and I'm not Jewish. Like that's why I have all my like experts around me for this Hanukkah episode. But I was just like, oh, I want to do it. Like it's paid. So we basically did like improv games with the kids, and I didn't know this family. And so it's like, I have nothing to even make fun of. And I was so afraid. I was like, I'm not going to just like, at the time I wasn't even doing roasts yet. So I was like, what am I gonna like roast this 14-year-old boy? Like it ended up being really fun and okay. Cause we played and we did like theater games and like, let's pass the clap. Where's the check?
Did they think you were Jewish because your last name is Mayr, and has that happened to you since? And do you exploit that now?
I don't exploit it. I don't know how to exploit it. People do ask me if I'm Jewish. And
There's
then
no
one
way to
time
exploit it.
last year, there's like in New York City, there's like the mitzvah tank, which I think is cute and fun. I'm not sure what goes on in the mitzvah tank, but they drive around.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
People getting jerked off in there. Yeah. And then like some guy, like you always have the guys on the corner that are like, hey, are you Jewish? And like, And then one time I said yes, because I didn't know what was going to happen. And then he handed me a box with a menorah in it. And then
Wow.
I took it and I walked away. And then I started talking to people and I was like, hey, it was like a goof. Like I said yes. And they're like, that's not good. You're not supposed to accept it. You're supposed to give it back. And I was like, oh no, what do I do? Like, I went back to the same spot. He wasn't there.
I always lecture those guys.
And then I ended up just giving it to a homeless man in front of Grand Central who was asking for like money and food.
For
I was
food.
like,
Yeah, that really helped him. That's what he needed.
And I thank you. And we're going to use that for Hanukkah tonight. So thank you so much.
And I felt, and then I learned that it's like, you don't do that. That's bad.
No, I was with Greg Stone once on the subway, and Greg Stone is like zany comic,
Yeah, he's
he like
funny.
can handle, he's just like all, so he took it as an opportunity to like out funny them or whatever. And it was relentless. He had to like tap out. I think we left the subway early.
Wait, the guy, he was going back and forth?
No, like they come over and they're like, are you Jewish? Like on the subway, and they want to like convert you. And like Stone, obviously he thought like, yeah, I'm Jewish. What's that, Olga?
I don't think they want to convert people. I think they want the non-religious to become religious.
Yes.
Like,
They want you to
And
step
so they
up your
said, are
game.
you Jewish?
But
And he was like, yeah, I'm Jewish. Of course I'm Jewish. And then, but he, yeah.
And then if you said you weren't Jewish, they would run the other way. They'd be like,
Yeah.
I generally, they're always there at my subway stop in Williamsburg, and I always lecture them. Even when they're kids, they're like 12. They don't know anything. They've studied Talmud their whole childhood. They know nothing about anything. So they say, "Are you Jewish?" And I say, "You know what? It's none of your business. This is America. You're not allowed to ask me who I voted for, and there's freedom of religion, which includes my freedom for you not to know my religion." And then I go on from there, and it gets, and they don't know what I'm talking about, and then they get upset, and then they're like, "So are you Jewish?" So
The question remains.
I find their whole approach offensive. They're the proselytizing Jews, which historically is not what Jews do. We don't proselytize. We're supposed to be snobs. But these guys, they've lowered the bar completely. They're going around asking people, are you Jewish? Which is the most un-Jewish thing in the world.
A question I would have, Olga, it sort of came up in that article that you sent to us, Chrissie, but like I feel when I get asked to do like a more religious gig, like a Chabad that's all Hasids or an Orthodox temple, I feel like they don't want me there. Like they feel like I'm, not Jewish enough. And so like even my cultural experience growing up as a Jew does not relate to theirs. And so it's like, even though I'm Jewish, that's why they picked me. Like the person might've picked you for your name. Then it's actually not a good match. So is that true, Olga? Because my friend Moody is super clean, but not Jewish. I would rather just send him. They would probably appreciate his humor more
Moody
than
McCarthy?
Me.
Yeah.
He's married to a Jew. That's one of his jokes. He's like, I'm a better Jew than her. I married a Jew. She can't say that.
Wait.
Oh, that's funny.
I thought Moody. Wait. What?
Not Moody.
Not to be confused with
McCarthy.
Modi. Yeah. Modi. Yeah. One name Modi. Moody McCarthy.
So wait, I learned that, because I opened for Moody and Elon Gold once, and then I did it, and I learned from that show that if I say what I say and I tell them, oh no, I'm a Sephardic Jew, and I let them know like, your Jews don't do this.
Wait, a sporadic Jew? Does that mean just like whenever you feel like it?
Sephardic.
Yeah.
Sephardic. Okay.
Yeah.
So Sephardic.
Like,
are you Sephardic?
Yeah. What?
I'm Ashkenazi.
Yeah. So do you know this, Chrissie, or not?
No, I'm
Sagittarius. So
I'm a Scorpio. I've heard of Ashkenazi. I've heard of obviously Orthodox and Hasidic. But other than that,
Sephardic Jews are from like the Middle East. I guess it's like Syrian, Egyptian, Moroccan. What else?
The Jersey Shore.
Yeah. And Ashkenaz and Syrians. Like I went to school and there was Ashkenaz and then there was Syrians, and like we don't talk to each other. Like
it's
like,
intra-Jewish racism. It's very high level.
At its finest. So when I did the show and I said the Syrian Jew, I'm Syrian, and then I made fun of my like what they do, they were more inclined to let. But if I didn't preface it with that, they would be like, what is she talking about? Even though it's the same kind of thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
Interesting.
that
That
was
is interesting.
my way of like, but I think with the Syrian, if I was doing Sephardic Jews, I didn't even think of this. If I made fun of Ashkenaz, they would love it.
By the way, on the subject of Jewish gigs, I had one exactly a year ago, at the Great Neck Synagogue. It was the first time I had one of those kind of gigs, and I was the opener. It was the best paid gig of my life. It was unbelievable. It would kind of verify people's fantasies about all the money flowing out of like a Long Island synagogue. It was incredible. I did 15 minutes. It was the best paid 15 minutes of my life, apart from when I used to work as a dancer.
Yeah.
But then there's another Jewish gig I've done multiple times, and I've been on that gig with you, Fisch, at the comic strip, the Christmas Eve show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a Jewish gig.
Yep. Yeah,
that's a
Christmas
good one.
Eve is a huge Jewish night.
Christmas Eve at the comic strip is a Jewish event.
Or they love comedy, like from San Francisco to here, like, you know, well, I guess that would just be the West Coast. Yeah, I think they're doing it in Atlanta too and stuff. Christmas Eve, it's like an alternative. The stereotype I've heard, I'm sure you've heard, Chrissy, is that
movies.
Jews get movies and Chinese food.
Yep.
I think it's because at one point that was all that was open. You know, it's, in the rest of the country, it's not like New York City where you can. There are plenty of things open on Christmas Eve, but that was the idea. And so like now, I think a lot of the comedy clubs like chimed in on it, and it's been going on for like 20 years. Like it used to be a huge night. I would do 5-6 shows a night in the city.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually the relationship between Chinese food and Judaism is deeper than people know. That word mushu is actually just a bastardization of the name Moshe. It was actually Moshe's pork.
What? No.
No.
It was the only kind of pork the Jews were able to eat. Moshe's.
Nice. Moshe's. Mushu.
Wow. I want to know how much that gig paid, but I don't want to blow up your
$1
spot.
million. $1 million.
I want to get into this article that I sent you guys, which came out very recently. New York Post: Why the cultural elite truly despises Hanukkah. And I was I don't know. I had no idea that these feelings were going on. And basically, you know, our cultural elite's least favorite Jewish holiday has arrived. Hanukkah, of course. Why did Hanukkah irk everyone? From the late Christopher Hitchens, who memorably derided it as a celebration of tribal Jewish backwardness, to author Sarah Prager, who took to the pages of the New York Times recently to explain why she won't be teaching her kids about it. They're calling Hanukkah out of step with the contemporary elite consensus, as any religious tradition can be.
This is an article more about the fantasy that the New York Post has about the existence of a cultural elite. This is just, this is what's called in Yiddish Bubamaisis, which is your grandma's nonsense. This to me was a nonsense article trying to suggest somehow that there's this cultural elite that has decided that Hanukkah is somehow this retrograde holiday. I for one am not buying it. Hanukkah's lovely. Who doesn't like Hanukkah? Come on.
You're saying who wrote it, Olga?
Yeah. Who's the elite? Who are they referring to?
That's the thing. It's just fantasy that the Post has, no matter what they're talking about, that there's this cultural elite.
It was written by Ari Lamb with 2 M's, not a B, like the animal. Here we go.
Written by Ari Teenum.
Not even a Jewish name, Lamb.
So here we go. What is Hanukkah truly about? Simple. It's about the rootedness of tradition against the imperialism of cosmopolitanism. If you were a Jew at that time, you basically had 2 choices. You could love the beauty of your ancestral heritage and love it no matter what, or you could watch as the ruling class attempted to recreate the social order on its own universalist image and hope that your acceptance.
You see what he's doing?
By
he's
the
just
powerful.
Trying to make an analogy to this Republican fantasy.
Yeah.
He's trying to make this analogy, this Republican fantasy about city elites trying to uproot good old American traditions.
You guys don't find that true
American
at all?
Trumpers.
Yeah.
You guys think this is more of a political thing than a religious thing?
Everything is a political thing, right?
I mean, you would think some things wouldn't be.
I've never heard that in my life. It's just a holiday where we get gifts. I don't think anyone, that's why he had to even remind you of the story of Hanukkah. All I know about it is that they didn't have enough oil. I
Right.
didn't know was like a whole thing. And then the Maccabees saved the day, but nobody.
Again, it's an oil thing. See, it's political. They want you to drill. They want you to frack.
This is about
It goes back,
fracking.
it's all about fracking. Yeah,
Fracking.
I'm telling you. I told you, it's the Post.
See, I always had my issue was with Hanukkah is that it really isn't that big of a holiday for us, but it's been Americanized to equal Christmas as like a consolation prize for the kids because they felt bad they weren't getting gifts, and so it's been equated with like our biggest holiday. It's like happy holiday, like it's just it's sort of like this whatever fun little thing. You do some dreidels, eat some latkes, and give some gifts and stuff. But in the scheme of things, it's not. I could be wrong, but that's one of the reasons why I get peeved out a little bit because it's not
Jewish
John,
Christmas.
I think, but it's not even, and Olga probably would know this better than anyone, but I think it's not even what's considered like a Yom Tov or a Yontif. It's not even like an actual holiday day where you can't drive or you can't turn the lights on. It's not even a holiday, really.
Yeah. No, I mean, you do have to light the candles.
Right, but it's not a. I guess I don't know what the other.
Not like we didn't even have any days off of school for Hanukkah.
Right. So for other Jewish holidays, if there are any Gentiles listening to this episode, so for both of you, on an actual Jewish holiday, you can't turn on lights, you can't drive a car, you can't do all sorts of things.
Not even a ring light to do a podcast?
Oh no, that's allowed. Absolutely, that's allowed because it's plugged into that USB port.
Oh right.
But Hanukkah isn't even one of those. So it's like a B. It's like what's that second
lower
league?
level.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't even think we have a fast. Usually with like Purim, there's a fast, I feel like, and you know what I mean? Usually those holidays have like one fast day and one day of celebration. Well, not really. Yeah. I don't know.
Like, isn't Passover a much bigger deal? Would you say Passover is the biggest holiday, like your guys' Super Bowl?
Well, Yom Kippur, right, Olga, is the holiest day of the year.
Yeah, Yom Kippur is the holiest fast. Then Shavuot, there's the fast. Then there's the Purim, and then what else?
Yeah, Passover's the big one also because it has such a great story. And it's got the food and it's got
salty
freedom,
water, right?
The salty water for the tears, and also it really jibes well with the American mythos of liberation and freedom and self-determination, getting out of slavery. It ties in with Abraham Lincoln. It's just a good one. It analogizes very well with America. So does Thanksgiving with the Jews. I think there's a nice combination there. Thanksgiving is almost like a kind of like a Gentile Passover. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to go with that.
You think so, Ethan?
I know anything I say. I should say that right now. I don't really think. I'm trying to get a laugh.
We definitely need a fact checker on this.
Yeah. I thought that was Olga.
I mean, I don't think. Well, Passover is not like Thanksgiving at all.
Well, that's what's fun. I'm so glad Olga is here because like my wife is not Jewish and we're going to her sister's for Christmas and like they want to do like a little Hanukkah thing as well. And like whenever I'm just the only Jew, it's like I guess I have to study because I don't remember what everything is, you know. It's like I ordered some, Hanukkah gelt and the dreidels, and thank God the dreidels have the rules of the game.
Right?
Otherwise, I wouldn't remember what the I don't know what the thing.
What are the dreidel rules?
The main thing with the dreidel is if you spin it 3 times correctly, you get to build a hotel right there.
Oh, that's great.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking. I think I got messed up. So. That's funny that you said that, John, because when Chrissie invited us to do this, I was also like, oh God, I got to study the story now. I know there's the Maccabees and the oil, but that's about it. So thank you for sending the article, Chrissie. It reminded me of.
You know if that guy's story's real. It sounds like he twisted it. You know what I mean, for his thing.
Oh, what he did point out that I didn't know really, because I learned it in Jewish day school, like as a little kid. You think of it as like the revolution of the Maccabees against these Hellenistic, these sort of Greek guys who took over in Jerusalem. They're trying to make the Jews turn Greek. So then the Maccabees rebel. That's the story you get. But what he points out, which then I found in another article also, is that there were some Jews who were going along with it. They were like, okay, let's Hellenize, let's get a little bit Greeky with it, we'll get Greeky with it, but we'll still stay Jewish with it. And then the Maccabees apparently were really going after those Jews also. So it was sort of like a Taliban thing where they're like, you better stay super religious. You can't mess around and get a little Greek. So that's where it gets a little more complicated. So
And
it's a
that's what
little
I was
Taliban.
saying about, that's how I feel as a Jew when I'm going into the Orthodox and
Yeah,
So-
you guys are like the ones that are getting Greek. And
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
Like feta's
so we
not
just
that
want
good.
to say to everybody out there, you're hating the wrong Jews. It's not us. It's not us.
So
Oh, there was a
It's Olga.
No, everyone tells me now, they're like, do you see what your people are doing? And they're not.
really? Like, what do they say? Your people. What do you
What?
mean, you people? Yeah.
Yeah, my people in Brooklyn.
Well, it was described in the article as, he goes, those who weren't too bearded or too weird.
I know, yeah.
So it's like the cultural
The Hasidic,
cultural
I
Jews.
guess. But why is, first of all, I do have a question about beards. Why is that a holy thing? Don't you feel like everybody?
Well, don't you grow like the side hairs? Because there's something about not cutting your sideburns.
They're not allowed to, the boys can't cut above like this. There's a bone. You can't shave above it.
yeah, that's where
But
that thing comes
I
from.
feel like everyone in history, like they have a beard, it's holy for some reason. I don't know why.
Well,
Like,
I've heard that your hair can hold like memories. Like the longer your hair is, it's like, I don't know, like, it gives
can
you
hold it
strength.
can hold your lunch and remind you what you had.
Yeah.
So that's a memory.
I think people are just there. That's like, I'm too busy to shave. I'm so religious.
Let's
I
make it
gotta
a thing.
pray.
Yeah.
I gotta pray more. It's more important than shaving.
I mean, I know that beards have always been like a masculinity thing.
I
So
don't know. I wonder. Yeah.
And there were those guys in the Bible. Again, I was a terrible student at Hebrew day school, but there were those guys who weren't allowed to shave at all, and their strength was actually in their hair. So if you then like
Samson.
cut their hair, if you cut their hair or shave their beard, I think they were called a Nazir, Nazir. I think that's what those guys were. It was a special kind of, I don't know what their thing was. They were like a club, and
Wow.
if you cut any of your hair, your strength was gone. It was like
Where do they stand
superpower.
on shaving balls? Like,
yeah.
'cause it's
Totally
not-
allowed to.
you can't
Also,
see
you're
that.
gonna want to gel and cream those up once you shave them, otherwise itch.
Is it the Orthodox or the Hasidic Jewish people that have like the long, like they don't cut their sideburns?
So the Hasidics are Orthodox, but they're, I guess you'll call them ultra Orthodox. And then like someone like my family's modern Orthodox, so we'll look normal, but we keep like all the holidays and all the, like we do the same thing, but they wanted them to like be able to integrate into society for business stuff. So they wear normal clothes. And they always have a yarmulke with them.
Just like always in their bag or in their back pocket.
Because you
Like a
never know
mask.
when
Yeah.
you're-
Yeah.
Just in case.
Well,
By the way,
yeah. My father always has yarmulkes, always.
Can I bring up something that's tangentially related once again? I wanted to bring this up. I
Sure.
think this is a good moment. When you go to Wikipedia and you're reading about any like prominent person in business or the media or whatever who is Jewish, Wikipedia, confirm this or not, but Wikipedia never says the person's Jewish. It always says born into a Jewish family.
Oh,
Really?
Yes, it's always
It
like-
wasn't their
But
fault.
don't-
They're
it's-
Jewish.
We're still giving them a chance to.
Yes,
not be
exactly.
Jewish.
They're
Here's your
not
out.
Jewish. They were born into it. They can decide. You can decide. I'm not
That's
saying they're Jewish, but
so
they're
weird.
born into a Jew. Well, check it out. See if I'm wrong. I really have a problem with Wikipedia. I think they're controlled by the Gentiles. That's what I'm saying.
What does
Oh.
it say for like a Christian? They say
It says Christian. Christian.
really.
Jesus
Hmm.
worshiping. No, I don't know what it says.
It says, "Don't
Oh,
worry,
I know.
not a Jew."
Who should I Google? Let's Google Jerry.
Yeah,
Seinfeld.
who's a super Jewy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, Seinfeld might be over the top, but it might say Jerry Seinfeld, a comedian born into a Jewish family on Long Island.
Born into a
Wikipedia.
Christmas.
Let's
Christmas
all
celebrator.
do a Jew.
Yeah. Let's do a
Anyone-
Jew.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, do like
Let's pick a Jew.
like
I know what Jew I'm picking. Okay, Wikipedia.
but like Elon Musk, for example.
Yeah.
Like do someone like who you don't the first
Let's
thing you
all
think of
do
is like-
someone different.
I don't have a computer. Oh wait, I do have a computer.
Yes,
on me.
you do.
I'm on it.
You're on a
Oh yeah,
wow.
Larry David was born in the neighborhood of Sheepshead Bay. There it is, in the Brooklyn borough of New York City, New York. His parents, and he was an older brother named Ken. David's family is Jewish.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm
Yep.
saying, John. That's
Yep.
exactly what I'm saying.
Yep.
They never
Yep.
say the guy is Jewish. What is going on, Wikipedia?
Yeah. Well, he said he was a brother in Tau Epsilon Phi. So as of college, he was still Jewish.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Born in a neighborhood of Jews.
And then after college, he enlisted in the U.S. Army Reserve, which makes him not Jewish, an American Jew.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Jerry Seinfeld, this is what it says under religion. Seinfeld stated that he dabbled in Scientology.
Look at
So that's his out.
Look what we're discovering.
For Steven Spielberg, they don't mention it at all. Born December 18,
Well,
1946.
American. That's because he's not Jewish, Chrissie.
Oh,
I mean, everyone
shit.
knows
Oops,
that.
I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm kidding.
I just
No, I'm
Googled
kidding.
someone successful. I assumed he was Jewish.
No, I'm kidding. Of course he's Jewish. I was kidding.
All right. Oops. Well, great. Considered one of the founding pioneers of the New Hollywood era. Nothing household name, Jaws, nothing about being Jewish.
We have to Google like someone who's known to be like an infamous Jew.
Who's an infamous Jew?
Like someone who thinks that a guy who people think is the Jew who controls the whole thing. George Soros. Check out George Soros on Wikipedia. It'll say, born into a Jewish family.
Here we go.
George
Soros, Hungarian-born American, billionaire investor and philanthropist.
Hungarian-born American. Are you fucking kidding me?
Wow, literally no mention.
Wow. Who would have thought,
Jewish.
Chrissie Mayr, you are uncovering a truth.
I mean, this is really Ethan's idea, but I will take credit.
This goes deep
on the podcast.
He's like the #1 Jew. Yeah.
Is this how podcasts get spin-offs?
Weinstein, let's see.
A spin-off, you mean?
Yeah, let's do a spin-off just about this.
For sure.
I actually am doing a comedy show on Saturday night, and I hadn't thought, but this is going right in there. I'm doing 10 minutes on this.
This will come out,
I have 30 minutes to do, and I'm
only doing 5 minutes, but I'm doing 10 minutes on this.
I can't believe they're not. Why would they not mention that someone's Jewish? Who cares?
Because it's a weird. You know what I think it really is? I think Wikipedia shows.
Weinstein, it says Jewish right away.
Yeah, of course.
Well, because he's already done. You know, I don't know.
Of course, they want him to be associated.
Wow.
There it is, Olga.
Yeah. Wow.
Good research.
Yeah, check the Son of Sam too.
Hold on, let's check.
Next.
Oh yeah, David Berkowitz.
Here we go. I'm checking another infamous Jew. Here we go. Weinstein for, Wikipedia for Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein was an American financier, convicted sex offender. He began his professional life working at Bear Stearns. No mention of anything at all. New York City. No, not mentioned. Just going right into the pedophilia.
Okay, now look up the Maccabees.
Early life. Early life. Hold on. Epstein was born in 1953 in the Brooklyn borough of New York City. His parents, Pauline and Seymour Epstein, were Jewish and had married in 1952, shortly before his birth.
That's another thing they do. They say the parents, in some of these Wikipedias, they say the parents were Jewish, which means he is, but they don't say it. I don't know what's going on. I think what it is they unconsciously think it's an insult to say the person's Jewish, so they leave it out. That's what it is.
It's the same people who like react to the guy in the street that, are you Jewish? Like, what? No, God.
Exactly.
What?
Right. Yeah. How dare you?
Huh.
All right. I'm sorry to
that's an interesting tidbit. No, that's great. Yes, it's Hanukkah. Guys, what is considered, I don't know. I looked up some Hanukkah foods. What is kugel? To me, that sounds like Kegel. And what is sufganiyot?
Sufganiyot are donuts.
Jelly donuts.
I can get behind that.
Yeah. Dunkin' Donuts.
Kugel's just a ball. Hanukkah. A kugel is a ball.
Kugel?
It's like kugel.
Kugel is a Ashkenaz thing, right?
It's noodle.
Well, kugel is an amazing food because it can be on the main dish plate, the appetizer plate, or the dessert plate.
And it can be used as a weapon.
I love it so much. Yeah. And it's so easy to mess up. Some people throw raisins in there like idiots.
Oh God, that's the worst. Yeah.
Like, don't do that. Like, it's cookies. Like, don't put raisins in
You
it.
can do a noodle kugel or a potato kugel. The potato kugel is more savory. The noodle kugel is a little more sweet. So I think,
I'm learning too with this.
Oh,
What's
also,
the-
I'll tell you something, if I can, Chrissy.
Yes, please.
Etymological. That's sufganiot. That's the Hebrew word for donuts, and it comes from this verb lesafgen, which is like to soak up, because they soak up the oil. So they're sufganiot. They're like oil soakers, basically. Yeah.
Ooh.
And I didn't realize kugel was a Hanukkah dish necessarily.
I think it's just a general
Anyone?
Jewish thing, isn't it?
Okay.
What's
But
the
yeah, for latkes and suf and the donuts
Latkes, of course.
And
are definitely Hanukkah.
chocolate.
Hanukkah gel. Yep.
A latke is an incredible. That's an incredible food. No.
Oh, the potato? It's because it's potatoes. You can put anything on it.
Potato pancakes. I think that was like, if I really think, like, if I have like a Pavlov thing, like if I hear the word Hanukkah, and I would go deep, that's what I think of, the delicious.
And that's what happens with Christmas and Chinese food. Like, I don't eat Chinese food the whole year, and then I definitely want it around Christmas.
Yeah.
What is the best Hanukkah food and what is the worst Hanukkah food?
Well, there's really only those three. So
that's it.
And they're all
Yeah,
right. I mean, I would just eat donuts all day.
They made us eat Brussels sprouts, but I think that was just because they were had nothing to do with the holiday. That was just a punishment.
Oh no! So really, Passover is more of like a Jewish food holiday than Hanukkah.
Well, Passover, no, it's bad because you can't eat any. Like,
can't eat.
Well, I think. Do you guys not have chametz on Passover?
Oh, I don't keep it.
I've done varying things over the years. Although when I first moved to New York, I remember running into Matt Goldich, and I was eating tuna fish, like not in a sandwich, just like out of a container from a deli. He was like, "You're keeping it?" I was like, "Yeah." Like I was because it's so, like, I would do it near my parents' house, but like, on my own, I was like, "What am I gonna not eat pizza? I don't know. On my walk, I don't know how to do this." When I was that young. But yeah, I've kept it over the years. Do you still keep it all the time?
Me? Yeah, I mean, I don't eat bread in general or eat. So
you do like a full year Passover?
Yes, it's been going on for like 14 years.
Wow.
Wow.
I like matzah though all year round. Matzah, we usually have it here in the house. I love matzah. Matzah is
there's matzah that's not kosher for Passover. Is that what you get during the non-time?
I think it's like it's sort of like the like one of those special items at McDonald's where, like, McRibs, they'll come around once a year. Like the matzah, it's not like that at all. Terrible analogy.
McRib. I was like, what's the point of making non-kosher matzah? Like, you might as well just.
No, that's right.
And what is the difference?
The matzah is kosher.
It's kosher, but it's not Passover kosher, where you need an extra team, like a special teams of rabbis have to come in and watch the production.
Meaning like it's less expensive in December.
I think it's just, it doesn't have that extra stamp of I don't know what I'm talking about. Again, this is you need to put.
The jelly candies, the half moon jelly candies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they really marked those up this year.
Really?
Oh yeah, I was going out to Long Island to do my grocery shopping, and they had like a little Passover section, and they almost got me.
Oh, that's a funny thing, that section, that ghettoized half of an aisle at the supermarket where they're like, Jews shop here. I find I'm self-conscious. I want that stuff, but I really don't want to slow down, like to get it.
Section in Fairway.
Really? So Fairway on the Upper West Side is more
That's
the place to be.
Yeah.
And then some supermarkets will just say ethnic. They'll like have a general ethnic section where you get all religions or whatever in one. That's
CVS, I've noticed at CVS, like, it's obviously like right now, Christmas, not even a full aisle of Hanukkah stuff. It's literally just like a small, like one little, like,
and it's all paint.
not even a kiosk.
That's all
just
that
one thing that's about 5 feet tall, and it's like, get your menorah earrings here,
It's
and your
such a
bear with a blue
non-holiday. It
shirt.
should be hard to find this stuff. It's good.
Yeah.
I like
so
it.
crazy. It's so always funny when there's like a huge Christmas tree and then this tiny little menorah.
I like the idea that CVS has a a Jewish section, but it's Advil and Asper cream.
That's funny. Oh man.
Oh, John left. Wow.
Wow, we walked a fourth of the audience.
He got very
Oh, Olga left. It's just you and
my
me, Chris.
God.
I had to throw something in the garbage.
Santa.
Hey, oh my God. No, that's so funny. Is that what your wife's sister is going to bring out for you, John?
My wife's sister
Yep.
sent this to us.
so
Yeah, it's what do you call
funny.
it? Janta. Janta.
Look,
Yeah.
look, Santa,
Jewish
he's
Santa.
trying.
And he has a
Yeah.
tallis. He has a tallis.
Yeah.
That
Wow.
is so nice.
It's great.
I could see
That's
him
so
wrapping a gift with the tallest. Be like, look, it's all it's all
And in
together.
true Jew form, the tag is still on.
Why?
And
Do
it's-
Jewish people want you to know how much you spent?
No, you can return it after.
Oh,
And
wow.
he doesn't say ho, ho, ho. He says, oi, oi, oi.
That's cute. That's cute. Have you guys ever had any like Hanukkah bloopers with your family growing up? Any weird Hanukkah moments?
I had a bad sibling rivalry moment where I remember this is the late 70s, and I was really hoping to get a whirly bird, which was a terrible toy. It was a helicopter, and it actually worked, but it was attached to a kind of plastic pole. So the only thing the helicopter could do is fly in a circle. It could fly in
And
a
that's
circle.
what you really wanted.
And depending on the speed, you can make it fly higher or lower. That was it. So we got our boxes. My brother opened up his. He had a whirly bird, and he was very excited. And I opened mine up, and I also got the whirly bird. And then he was devastated that I also got one. So that was just a sad Hanukkah memory of sibling
Aw.
rivalry. Yeah.
So my parents, they don't believe in gifts.
How convenient.
Yes, exactly. And
It's not believing. It's like not believing in candy on Halloween. Be like, oh, here's a penny.
Yeah. Anything joyful, they don't believe in.
You know what? You can just not believe in visiting them when they're old. You can get that.
Take that.
I bet you that's why sometimes we just don't visit them. But anyway, so yeah, and in school, so we used to go to school, and they used to like go around and be like, what did you guys get for Hanukkah, to every student, and I didn't get anything.
Aww.
So I made up some story. Well, I just made up the story. I'm like, they're redoing, because they were redoing my bedroom. I got a new bedroom, whatever. They put me in the attic. It wasn't an upgrade. They just had more.
Did you keep a diary while you were up there?
Exactly.
Boom.
Well, no.
Your parents cannot, Olga, your parents cannot be upset that you're a comedian if they never give you gifts.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then I was like, they got me a bedroom, blah, blah, blah. It was like, yeah.
That's
You
terrible.
covered for them. Wow.
Well, I didn't want to, that's the thing. It's so funny when the parents do like effed up things, you're embarrassed in front of your friends in class, but I guess I'm embarrassed that, I don't know, they should be embarrassed.
Right. And as a kid, you want to cover, cover
Yeah.
for them. It's sad.
They should be sorry. But right, you're trying to cover for yourself, but also for them. Like I used to be, and I've said this on other podcasts, like I was embarrassed of the house I grew up in. Like I thought it was because it was smaller than the other houses on the block, because it was the first house built. My mom's grandfather built it. So it's like, I should have thought that was cool, but I was a kid and I just was like, oh, we don't make as much money as everybody else. I would have my friends drop me off at the next door neighbor's house, and then I'd wait for them to drive away. And then I'd walk to my house.
Jesus. Oh, that's so, oh my
For
God.
years. I was
Where
like, I
did
live
you-
here. We're going to watch
where
you get
did
in. No, that's fine. I don't need to. Goodbye.
Where did you grow up?
Rockville Center, Long
Okay.
Island.
Wow.
Which I think has a decent amount of Jews.
My dad just literally sent this to the family.
That's the extent of the holidays.
Dreidel GIF.
I don't have
That's
any
called
weird stories, but my favorite gift, and this will date me, is my uncle got my brother and I Atari.
Ooh.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I dated that guy.
Yeah, you did.
That was family did Atari. He's in my community.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh,
It's
really?
like a Syrian Jewish name now that you mention it. Atari.
Atari.
That's not their last name. His last name is Hassim, but they did Atari. They live in Deal, New Jersey.
Wow. So
Yeah,
John, by the way, that was a dreidel GIF or GIF.
Yeah.
That's a joof.
A Joof.
I'm just impressed my dad found it.
It's
That's
great.
cool.
That's amazing.
Like, let's go on our phones right now. Like, what is the best Jewish GIF? Let's see. Yeah, I feel like they're lacking.
I would just use something of Jackie Mason.
Yeah. Let's see. There's this.
Oh, there's a Woody Allen when he's in the Orthodox
There's that. I
tribe.
don't even know who is that.
What did you write? I just wrote Jewish.
I wrote Hanukkah.
Jewish
and I got
GIF.
do you guys know this guy? Do you know this guy, Olga?
No.
No.
That's who came up.
It looked like the donut guy from the Dunkin' Donuts commercials in the
But
80s.
so you could spell Hanukkah two ways. You could do it with the H,
Oh yeah.
and then you could do it with the
I got a twerking Santa.
Wow,
Oh.
that's not even related.
By the way,
Right.
Chrissy, a friend of mine was the costume designer on that movie. She got to do those sweaters.
No way. The
Yes.
Seth Rogen movie. What was it called?
Yes. I don't know. Yeah. But my friend Melissa, who
That's such a
costumes,
great-
yeah, that was her.
It's so
her thing.
funny, that movie.
Yeah.
Do you guys know the name of this movie? Who was it with? What the heck was it called?
I don't know.
That's not bad.
Almost
that's good.
Christmas, maybe?
Wow.
Yeah, that's classic. That's what you imagine would come up.
Wow. That guy's got moves.
Yeah.
Really made
Yeah.
Jews look terrible. Or is that what they look like?
Seth Rogen made Jews look terrible?
No, I mean the way that they look on that thing.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's what people think they stereotype.
Olga, can I ask you, Olga, where are you at the moment?
In my apartment, I moved.
Oh, well, nice. It looks like a nice place.
Oh, I love it so
Yeah.
much. Well, you can't really see anything, and I would turn my camera, but it's a mess.
No, but it
You
looks like
have
a really
art on the
classy
wall.
corner and that wainscoting or whatever.
It's on. Well, I don't.
What's your exact address?
It's across the street from a school, and it was great when the kids didn't have school. It was like amazing, and then the mayor's like, "We're opening schools," and now all I hear is annoying.
Wow.
Wow.
So Olga's spreading COVID.
I have the antibodies.
Ooh,
congrats.
how'd you get
Wow.
them?
I have no idea.
You got a guy? Like, I got a guy.
No, it's so weird. I have no idea. It's like I took a test in June for them. I didn't have it. September 29th, I took another one, didn't have it. I've been taking COVID tests like every week, but those are from CityMD. And then my real doctor is like, took my blood and was like, you have antibodies.
Ooh, I guess you're
Probably from
part
going
of-
to City MD so much.
I guess you're part of the chosen people now, Olga.
People tell me I'm a hero, but I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure I killed a bunch of old people in the fire.
Oh,
I don't know. It's so weird, but I guess that means you can't get reinfected, right? Yeah.
I think
don't
so.
know. Yeah, that's what they're thinking.
I think that means you're gonna live forever.
Forever.
They tested us they tested you every 48 hours when I had that movie gig. So you had to get tested before
Wow.
going, and then
What movie was it?
and then you enter the bubble, and then you're tested every 48 hours. And it was extreme. It was called Red Notice. It's an action
Ooh.
comedy
Nice.
with Dwayne the Rock Johnson and
Ooh.
Wonder Woman and Ryan Reynolds. It's quite an
Oh,
all-star thing. Yeah.
When does it come out?
And me next year.
Ooh.
That's so fun.
Yeah, that was out of the blue. It was pretty exciting. But
What role did
I
you
recommend the
play?
bubble. I recommend the bubble, by the way. If you can get into a bubble, NBA or whatever, it's nice to know that everyone's being tested all the time. I play an Egyptian billionaire.
You look like an Egyptian billionaire.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Ethan, you look more Sephardic than Ashkenaz,
How dare you? No, that's great. Or yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah.
right?
Look at my hair.
Yes.
It's a
You
problem.
look like Moses.
Yeah.
You know that? Yeah.
You mean
with
Moses?
the Prince of Egypt, when
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
you know
yeah,
that scene, you look like him now.
Oh well, thanks. I almost have like a side, almost a side comb over happening. It's tragic. I usually have a crew cut, but I've just let it go. I'm doing the COVID. I know, Fisch, you got it.
Ethan, who of the
Patented.
celebrities that you worked with was the coolest and who was an asshole?
Well, I'll just say this. While sleeping with each of them,
Yes.
the ones that were the most receptive, they all were willing to sleep with me, but the ones who I would have to say Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was the most sort of resistant to my overtures. But he
Okay.
came around. He came around. No, I didn't. No, I didn't have any noteworthy interactions with any of those people. So yeah, I'm afraid.
You could have just made something up.
I know. I tried with the sex on the set thing, and then I was like, no, that's not good. Oh, but I will tell you this: they were incredibly generous. Both Ryan Reynolds, he seems to have a gin company because he gave every member of the cast a really nice bottle of gin with a card. Aviation. And then it turns out Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has a tequila company. He gave us all bottles of tequila with a note. So I came home with all this celebrity booze.
That's awesome.
Why do all these celebrities start booze companies?
That is, and you know what,
George Clooney too.
You know what Gal Gadot, the one Jew in the cast, gave us? Nothing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying no booze from her. Not
Did
even
Gal
say
that? Did Gal say she was going to just redo your bedroom?
Exactly. And she did. She redid everyone's bedroom. No, yeah, that's my booze story.
Wow, that's exciting.
So fun.
I got a booze for doing a gig. I did a gig. It was like, this is not Jewish related, but it was for a blind foundation. Like, it was at like and anyway, like the guy who was, I can't remember any of the names now, but the guy that was running it was blind, like real deal, had a dog and everything. And then at the end, he was like, name a bottle of alcohol. I'll get it for you for free. We have extras that we bought. And I said, okay, like get me he's like, tequila, do you want a Patron? I'm like, sure, give me a Patron. And then he gives it to me. I'm like, oh, cool. I get it home. It had been opened already, but it was full. I'm looking at it right now. And it's been sitting there for like at least a year and a half. So it's like, I was like, oh my God, what if this poor blind guy, what if like his tequila guy, they dumped out the Patron, put in something else, put the tap back on, figured this guy's blind. He's not going to be able to see that the seal is broken. I don't know. So now I have this weird, controversial mystery blind tequila over here. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know why I brought that up.
Yeah, that's a scary story. The other thing is that like grain alcohol, like it can turn you blind. So maybe this whole story, his blindness might come from cheap alcohol to begin with. I would stay far away from that Patron.
Okay. I figured like this would be perfect to bring to like a 20-year-old's kegger. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's tequila. I don't know. Somebody drink it. And then you just leave it there. Like you get the alcohol that you don't like. You're not going to drink the Chateau Diane, the whatever, the red Zinfandel or whatever it is that you don't like. And you're like, I'm just going to bring this to a party. But now it's like, there's no party. So it's like, I have all this bad alcohol.
You're waiting for when we get the vaccine and then you can bring it.
I guess
that might be the vaccine.
Yes.
Yeah. Just an espresso liqueur. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just drink your oldest booze.
We threw a little outdoor art. My girlfriend's a painter. So there was an outdoor art show here, just in the little woods here. And so what we did was I bought a bunch of those single bottles of wine, which are so sad because of COVID. So there was just a table with single, and there's something sadder than a single. And what's really sad is when no one drank it. So then we just have dozens of bottles of single wine, which I've been drinking.
What did everyone drink?
And then it's plastic. Also, some of them, you don't know, they're like Sutter Home plastic.
Oh, Sutter Home. Ugh.
Yes.
Wait, what did they drink then?
They didn't drink. I think they were just hanging out outside. It was, it's not a good party year.
It's sad when people don't drink.
It's not a good party year.
Okay, so Olga didn't get Hanukkah presents. That's very sad. What of Ethan and John, like what were some of the best Hanukkah presents you ever got? Or like what was the worst Hanukkah present you ever got?
Well, that was the thing. You always got like I told you my favorite one that I remember was Atari, but you would always get one big one and then like 7, like here's a pair of socks, here's some coloring books, here's a shirt that you need.
Was it like a crescendo of
Yeah, did they get
quality,
better
or was it
over
just
time?
crappy?
I think it was just, I think it was just little, and then one big one. Yeah.
In my memory, it was a crescendo, but I think you're right. It was just like nothing, and then bang, you got the one decent thing. I remember the Whirlybird. I feel like we also got if it wasn't an Atari, it was some, oh, you know what I loved? There was also a very like pre-computer era electronic football game that you would play with your thumbs.
I love that one. Yeah.
It was just
2
all
sides?
you could do. All you could do is make that.
Yeah.
It just got your thumb very fast.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was like
I might be confused too because my birthday is right now. So
When's your birthday?
Sunday.
Oh,
So it was always like
happy
right around
birthday.
Hanukkah. So like half the time I got like combo gifts. So I'm like, that's why it's I'm like, why don't I remember? That's why. But I remember that game. I loved that football game.
Happy birthday.
That was the best.
Yeah, that was
Thanks,
good.
yo.
Happy birthday.
Do you ever get like a Hanukkah birthday card? That's really niche, I guess.
Probably. Yeah. Oh, like from the makers? I don't think so.
I have
I don't know.
I don't know if
like
they
a
make such a thing.
I have like a Thanksgiving-y birthday. It falls around there. So also it would get kind of mixed up with like, why is everyone gathering? Oh, it's not for me. It's for a turkey.
Yeah.
Same thing for me. My birthday's on Veterans Day, but people just assume that I've never served, which is rude. I haven't. I've never served. Just been a waitress.
I did that very briefly, waitering. I was terrible at it. I was fired very quickly.
And then you went on to be an Egyptian billionaire.
A fake. Yeah. If you need any fake Egyptian billions.
One of my favorite tweets, I meant to mention this before. My favorite tweets of Olga's is, "My body is a temple. I only let Jewish men come inside me."
Olga, that's a good one.
Someone after DM'd me is like, "Oh, and you let the non-Jews through the back door."
Oh,
Whoa.
Classy.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Chrissie, can I ask you something? Were there
Yes.
there must have been in Rockville Center, there must have been quite a few Jews in
For
your...
sure.
So did you ever have Hanukkah envy? Like Jews have Christmas envy? Did you
for
have
sure
Hanukkah envy?
did. I was like, what the fuck? They're getting presents for 8 nights.
Right.
I just assumed you're just getting loads of shit. And like all the Jewish people in Rockville Center, like they're all doing so much better than our family. Like they all have much bigger houses, nicer cars, like deli lunches, like they get the white deli bag with the bagel in it, everything bagel with cream cheese and a Snapple. And I'm like, eating a smushed peanut butter and jelly, like licking it off the bag, so I'm just like, these Jews got it all figured out. They have 8 nights of presents. Like, what the fuck? I didn't know what they were getting or what was happening. I just like every time I'd see like another like menorah like light lit in the window, I'd be like, they're in there living it up.
Yeah.
I dropped
Chrissie,
off.
if it makes you feel any better, I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch today.
Did you lick
me
it off
too.
the bag?
My mom sent me. That's what I used to have lunch also every day.
What, the bagel or the peanut butter and jelly?
The peanut butter, like just white bread with some kind of something.
Yeah.
I had ham envy.
Ham?
And
Yeah. They sent me with bologna and I was always like, they got ham. And then one day I think I told my mom, I was like, I wish I could have ham. And she's like, I'll buy you ham.
You know what's crazy is that I had bologna envy. Like our like fancy meat. If we were gonna get a meat cold cut sandwich, it would always be turkey. Like turkey and like butter and like maybe a Munster cheese if she was being fancy. Like no like lettuce or anything. It'd just be like usually just like turkey and like butter and white bread. And I would be like, bologna. Like Johnny Meyer is eating a bologna sandwich. He was my first boyfriend ever in first grade. I was like,
well, it's
I want
Oscar
bologna.
Mayer's nephew.
Like, bologna looks fun. Yeah. He's raking in all that sweet bologna money.
Wait, he has your last name. Was he your brother?
Meyer. My last name's Mayer.
Oh, right. There you go. Okay, sorry.
Mine's Mayr, which is a German spelling. If you meet anybody that's Mayer, it's because they possibly were Mayr, but added in an E to better assimilate because it looked less
And then there's
ethnic.
all of John Mayer's kids.
Yes. Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, because maybe you got dropped off down the block at a Jewish house, and when they did that, then they're probably like, "Why? I thought she wasn't Jewish."
Yes, we had a Jewish neighbor, the Levies, Carol Levy, David and Michael Levy. I would like go babysit them. Like, you know, when you get into these babysitting gigs where the kid's only like a couple years younger than you. And by gig, I mean, I wasn't paid. I just was hanging out with the kids. And they had a Nintendo, which I was so jealous of. And they're like, oh, they could like, I would be like, when the Nintendo wouldn't work, I'd be like, can I like go blow on it? Because that was like the cool thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Save your jokes, comedians. Save your blowing jokes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was fun. I was jealous of them.
Yeah.
Well, and now I'm doing this podcast.
What?
And now I'm doing this podcast. Yeah. It's cool though. I don't know. I think Jews are cool. Except for that Wikipedia thing. That was like a real.
Yeah, we have to investigate that.
We have to investigate that.
Actually, I guess people can write their own Wikipedia entries or have people write them, and then you can go in and edit them. So I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be my project. I'm gonna have someone write one for me, and it's gonna say Jew as the first thing.
Let's go in and edit all of them.
A Jew.
Even the non-Jews, just like big, huge Jew right here.
Yeah.
Huge.
King of the
biggest
Jews.
Jew I ever met. God, is this.
Not only born into a Jewish family, is actually Jewish.
He's still
also.
Jewish.
This guy is so Jewish. If you look at him and meet his eyes, you turn Jewish immediately.
He's just he's oozing Jew.
Aw, guys, this was fun. I feel like we covered everything that has to do with Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Unless I forgot.
Yeah,
something.
I don't even feel like I have to celebrate it anymore.
Is it tonight? Yeah.
Well, when this comes out, it'll be tonight. Yeah.
But tonight is night one, isn't it?
Do you guys know the Hanukkah songs?
No. Except
Couple.
for Adam Sandler's song.
We're gonna do a 15-minute Zoom with the fam. Light the candles.
Yarmulke. Is that a Hanukkah song?
No. It's like Hanukkah, come light the menorah.
The menorah.
How else?
Yeah.
What's after that?
Yeah.
Hanukkah, take off your pants.
Yeah. Sit around the table with latkes to eat.
I don't know the
Go,
first
Olga.
line.
Do you need a beat?
Griffin now?
Should I get a beat going?
A beat?
Yeah.
No, I have the word. Ethan should do it. He knows how to sing.
Yeah, Hanukkah. There's a good Hebrew Hanukkah song. It's a Hanukkah, Chag Yafeh Kol Kach. Know that one? That's a good one.
Yeah.
Wait, keep going. It sounds good.
That's all.
No, that's not Hanukkah. That's my thing.
No, that's a Hanukkah song. It starts with the word Hanukkah. Come on.
Are you sure? Maybe they do the same tune for the other one.
Oh, that's quite possible. The whole thing is one
tune.
tune.
Dreidel.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Classic. Well, we'll have to put together like a mixtape or something. I know you guys got to run quickly before we all go. Let's plug out. John Fisch, where can people find you, follow you, keep up with you?
Instagram, JD Fisch, Fisch. Twitter, Johnny Fisch, JONNYFISCH. Spiraling Up is the podcast.
Yes, check out his pod. Olga, what about you?
Instagram is Olga Namer, OLGA NAMER. And I guess I have a website, but I haven't been updating.
It's a nice website. It's a good website.
I should update it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Check it out. Ethan.
Hi, thanks for having me. So it's at E Herschenfeld. Don't try to spell it. You'll break your computer. No, it's at E Herschenfeld. But go just get the album. The album is called Thug Thug Jew. Thug Thug Jew. It's streaming everywhere. And yeah, I think you'll enjoy it.
HERSCHENFELD.
Yes, thank you.
Herschenfeld. Guys, thank you so much. Hanukkah.
Thank you.
Happy
Nice
Hanukkah,
to see everybody.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Love you
All right,
guys.
thanks.
See everyone.
Bye.